Free, her worldwide fame means she generates headlines. But this is the kind of news no one wants to make. Rajesh Merchandani, BBC News.
Well, it turns out in our newsroom at least that feeling of being awkward and uncomfortable in a luxury store is actually quite common. So we sent Anne-Marie Tomczak into the World's newsroom to find out a little bit more about that attitude and what people's approach is to luxury goods. What have you been finding out, Anne-Marie?
We've all been talking about this morning, Lucy, because, you know, it really gets people talking in so many different dimensions about luxury goods, about whether you're willing to pay the price for them, how people feel in the shops. And I'm joined by Olivia from the Chinese service and May from BBC Arabic, just to tease out their different cultures and their attitudes towards these luxury handbags. Olivia, the Chinese are really, really big buyers of these luxury brands. Can you relate to that?
When I go to the luxury shops like Prada or LV, it's full of the Chinese people because the luxury goods in the UK or in the Europe is much cheaper than in China, in mainland China. So I think that's why a lot of people buy the luxury goods here, and a lot of people want to buy it. Almost like 80% of my friends, they have luxury bags.
80%?
Yes.
Do you have any luxury bags yourself?
Yes, but I didn't buy it. My mom bought it for me because it's too expensive for me.
One of the producers on BBC World was telling me that when he was in Paris, he actually was asked by a person on the street, a Chinese person, to go into a shop and buy a luxury handbag because he had been refused refused entry to the shop because they said you're buying too many handbags and we don't want you taking them back to China and counterfeiting them, which is outrageous on so many different levels. Has that been the experience of Chinese customers?
Yes, because some of the customers come to here to buy the luxury goods and they want to sell it in China. Yeah.
So it's a big industry in China as well, making these fake handbags.
It's not. Yeah, it's a fake. I think so because a lot of people around you, they have luxury bags, so maybe you feel, okay, I should have one as well, because if I don't have one, maybe I'm out of fashion or something.
Yeah, so if you can't afford it, you'll find another way of getting it. May, in the Arab world, there's a big attraction for having these luxury goods and really demonstrating how many labels that you have and showing your wealth in a very open way.
Yes, and it actually depends on which country it is. For wealthier, let's say, oil-rich Arab countries, they tend to show off what they have, and they especially like international luxury brands. In more conservative societies where women wear the abaya, the long abaya, because they can only show off certain things, they tend to buy expensive handbags, expensive shoes, expensive perfumes, because that's what they can show.
So it's not seen in any way as tacky or not very classy, because some people are of the view that you shouldn't be showing so much bling all of the time.
No, it's the general perception, of course, is that the more expensive it is, the better taste it is. So people follow that, basically.
Well, before we go, in case you're wondering why this purple handbag has been just plonked here in the middle of our interview, I wanted to ask the ladies whether or not they thought this bag was real or fake, because I asked for a handbag from the newsroom from a kind donator, you could say, and just have a little guess. Real or fake?
I'm not an expert, but I'd say I'll have good faith and say it's real.
I think I'm not good at it as well. I can't distinguish it, but maybe it's fake.
It's real, and it actually retails for up to $7,000. So with that in mind, I think it's time to hand back over to you, Lucy.
We all want to know who can afford that handbag now, Anne-Marie. I'll be talking to you later. Thanks very much for joining us. Do stay with us.